Hey guys, what's going on? Oh my god,
How's it going?
It's actually really loud right now. I need to turn it down. It's picking us up now. It's now picking us up better than it did before.
That's awkward.
Well, you can actually hear us this time around. But hey guys, we're here at the Syber Insider Studios. There you go. You can see we built this stuff. It looks all good. Mike does not seem entertained as usual.
He's so stoic.
You are.
You're very much a stoic.
Impart your knowledge to us, wise man.
On what?
Life. Can you tell us about life?
Oh, here we go.
That's not why we're here. we know why we're here. You know why we came. Gaming.
Yes, this is true.
All that gaming.
All that gaming. It's every day, day.
Yes.
I can't say it that way.
It is a new setup, Matt. How are you doing this evening?
Yes, it is. So what happens is, guys, the people at Esports Arena, they're usually super busy packing a lot of events in. So we had to make a backup, so we couldn't just keep missing you guys time after time after time, and those times will keep going. So we just want to keep everything up to date, but now you guys can actually watch us. We're now in our own little studio where we have our setup, and we're going to be doing a lot of demos and VR great stuff here. Yep. It's actually been really good to how everything's been set up, guys. So we're actually really stoic. Got me. I wanted to say stoked, and I said stoic, and fucking that shit rolled over me like nothing.
And 2 curse bombs already.
What? Oh, damn it!
That's 3.
Raspberries. There you go. See, raspberries. Anyway, guys, so today we're going to be playing some games for you guys to actually check out why we're going to be talking and discussing stuff. We're going to be playing this war of mine today. So let me pull that up real quick. There it is, and then we're going to hit that play button, and we're going to close. Oh yeah, see, we got to play it. And I've actually never played this war of mine.
Really? I have. I play it on my stream every now and then. It's
really?
Good for the stream. Yeah. It is a very emotionally, morally intense game. Like, all of your choices affect every person that's in the game. So, like, that's living in the household.
I find it hard to believe that you have a moral, emotional problem, because when you push children in front of you to save yourself, it doesn't sound like you're struggling with much.
You're forgetting who we're talking to.
Well, I know, but when she says that, that means the game has to have some kind of definition to it.
That's true. Because you have no moral compass whatsoever. So
I do too.
No, you don't.
What does it point? Like north and run for it?
Yeah.
Whatever I'm feeling like at the time. But,
Whatever you're feeling. So basically it's just wherever it goes from. Okay.
Well, the game makes you choose, it makes you choose between, like, you're in a rock and a hard place, and sometimes that means actually turning away children or trying to help them in sacrifice maybe of possibly losing your life in the game. So it's very morally heavy.
Morally heavy.
Yeah.
For you, something moral does not seem like it's a great word, but I could be wrong. At least she doesn't kill dogs for fun.
I mean,
we don't know that
we
yet.
don't know that.
We've never been proven.
No, I love my dog too much too.
So if a rocket was coming at you, would you pick up the dog to shield yourself?
Not to shield myself, to get me and the dog the fuck out of there.
So the dog matters, but your boyfriend would just die for you.
Nah, you can always find another one of those.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go, Release. Pretty much everything you do in this game makes you feel bad. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Because I would just say, like, oh, I need food to eat. Sorry.
Also, I have no feelings, so, I mean, I would just do what I gotta do.
I told him that I had emotions for him, and he just denied me. He just said, shut up and bend over, and so I was like, can't date someone like that.
Yeah.
Can't be that way. Can't be that way. No. So anyway, as far as everything else goes, guys, we're going to talk about a little bit of news, show you a couple of the clips and stuff that we've seen, guys, that we thought were funny. In the gaming world, actually, a lot of great stuff has been...
What? I'm listening.
Oh, nothing. You just seemed all jealous, like the game and stuff. When we said game, you was like,
yeah, it's about time we got to what I'm here for. Let's go.
Okay. What you're here for. So, as far as everything else goes, we had a lot of things come up that I think is pretty interesting. One of the things was that they were talking about, like, how Watch Dogs is released.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people being opposed to it, didn't want to actually play it, and they were just kind of like, oh, Watch Dogs will be shitty, just like Watch Dogs 1. And to me, I'm just like, you gotta really try the game. And I really like Watch Dogs a lot, and like I like the idea of Watch Dogs 1, and I like the idea that you can hack stuff. So 2, I think it kind of takes it to a more punk rock level You know, and then the characters are supposed to be pretty funny and like interesting as they go with it. I mean, it's technically the future.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be a nowish, futurish us, which I think is kind of cool. But at the same time, too, I find it a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Because like,
why was it scary?
Well, because like if people can hack you so easily, then you know
that's the world now.
But you know what? Yeah, that's a legitimate thing that they were talking about not too long ago. I'd seen it as a part of a documentary though. It was like, where do we go from here to the next level of our technology, which could possibly be body chip implants, and that would be like in the brain or whatever. So it would put like the augmented reality in front of you. And they were talking about the possibilities of how that you could hack that system and kill a mass amount of people just by messing around with the brain implant of some sort.
Yeah, see,
that's yeah. So that's a legitimate scare, and people could legitimately do that.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
That's a risk you're willing to take, is have a chip implanted and like fry your brain.
There's benefits to it. Yeah, if I would enhance my performance physically and mentally, yeah. Would make me smarter, stronger, faster.
But see, the thing is though, is that it was more. They were saying that it was marketed more for like augmented reality, not to actually enhance anything that you're doing, just enhance the world that you're living in right now. So like answering a phone call with like a blink of an eye or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's whack.
Yeah, and what happens if you were having like mind-blowing like sex and you like you didn't want the person on the other end to know, and you're like, oh, and then just you answer and like hang up? They'd be like, what the fuck? You know, it'd be messed up.
Why would you answer the phone?
Well, because if it's at a blink of an eye, you can answer it.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Or like press like on your temple or something.
Answer mode.
Like
I'm about to have sex. Perhaps I'll deactivate my activation for phones via blinking.
All right.
Put it on privacy mode.
Yeah.
All right. Talking anyway about
5 blinks for privacy.
5 blinks for privacy.
1, 2.
You guys are what's holding technology back.
No, we're basically making technology progress because they have to figure these things out eventually. Instead of progress forward and make
as
mistakes.
long as I get my AI wife and the
But your AI wife is right there.
No, that's not.
Master Mike, how are you doing this evening?
Go ahead and mock my future. It's still my future. I'm looking forward to it.
Are you rejecting waifu?
Okay.
Why are you rejecting waifu,
Right.
Master Mike? Can I have a new name other than waifu? No? Okay.
I'm not doing this.
Are you sure?
No.
Really?
You guys are bullying me right now. I feel I'm triggered. So.
God. All right. Well, anyway, speaking of things that are triggered, so it turns out with just Ubisoft's progression of like Watch Dogs and everything else, what happens is Ubisoft is actually going and moving forward away from more of a narrative-driven experience, but more of just the player-driven experience. Which, I mean, I think that can be really helpful to stories, but also neglectful. It depends how you tell a story, but I feel that's another scapegoat for Ubisoft to ignore a fully built game and focusing on them doing stories. I don't think they're moving away from it like, oh, we've just decided to. It's like, fuck it. We don't have to spend more money. Let's just make it as a good user experience, and that's all that matters. And that's good for certain games.
Yeah.
But you want kind of a story behind other games.
Yeah.
Like Gears of War wouldn't have been fun if it was just like and just shooting shit and like.
A lot of people bought it just for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they had a good story driven for it.
It does, but a lot of people don't care about that. I just don't people play. Most people play Call of Duty. Don't play the single player campaign. They go straight to multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because of what genre it is. That's what it is. Whereas with a genre like RPG, then yeah, definitively story matters for that because it's a story driven game.
Gotcha.
I don't know, but that kind of goes back to what you're saying too. It's kind of like you have to pay attention to the story. If you can do that with your script and the story for the game, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But you got to do what's best for the game. If the game needs to be more story oriented, then you have to do that. If it doesn't necessarily rely on that much, then that's where you can cut it and just kind of take a back seat with that a little bit. But you have to do what's best for the game and the storyline in order to make the best game that you can, because that's what's going to keep your fans with your brand. That's going to keep people interested in the games. That you'll sell more copies. It just goes back to stop trying to, be cheap about it and do the hard work, because it will pay off in the end. If you make a good product, people are they're gonna gravitate to it.
I don't know if that's even necessarily true. I've seen people gravitate toward games that I consider to be mediocre or subpar.
Yeah.
So, and there's games like Titanfall 2 is just under everyone's radar, and the people who played the campaign said the campaign's actually really good this time around, like really good.
It's because I think it's when it sets the precedent when the first one always bombs, that when the second one really like, okay, we know what we did wrong, we need to move forward.
Yeah.
It will never have the same impact of when it first hits, and that's where I think making the good impression the first time around is more.
Did Titanfall 1 bomb? That game sold remarkably well.
It sold remarkably well, but once everybody played it, it was done within a week, and the numbers dropped drastically.
But I think the market was different back then. Like if Titanfall 1 came out today, Overwatch shows that you can release a game with just no content, and people will buy it anyway.
Because they weren't presenting the content. Like, see what I don't. The thing is, I don't agree that the fact that you would say that it would be that way. I think more or less that what happens is with the gameplay itself is that Overwatch specifically said this is what it's going to be, and gave people time to adjust to that sense. Titanfall said there is a story. And when you play it, it's not really much of a story. It's really just the gameplay, kind of like Overwatch. If they said, you're inexperienced and you're living this way, it'd be a little bit better, you know? What's this living at a new location? I know, right? I'm just not into Titanfall or COD-style shooters these days. I've had my fill of them. Phoenix, I kind of agree with you on that sense. It's just, it's really weird because when you look at that kind of stuff, it really does, like, I don't know, it's just the presentation, I guess, would have been better.
Yeah.
For Titanfall, and I think that's where people felt just kind of like disenfranchised from it because they didn't want. They were like, "Oh my god, this seems so great." Even I was about it, but then when I played it, it was more or less like, "Oh, that's not as fun as it could be. It just seems repetitive, and I don't like it." Like Overwatch, you have characters being added, and the campaign's expanding. Yeah. Plus, each character has their own story, so they don't. So in a way, they're kind of building it up from the background, and people want to know more.
That's my point. In the game, when you play Overwatch, what do? You go online. You play what? They just added 2 new modes.
Arcade mode.
So they added the what is arcade the 3v3?
Arcade. Yeah. It was 1 versus 1 and 3 versus 1.
They added a 1 versus 1 and 3v3, and then it's traditionally 6 versus 6, right?
Yeah.
Where you push or defend the payload.
Yeah.
So it's like, whereas with Overwatch, Titanfall launched. And they gave out free DLC where they added a bunch of new modes, like the Titanless one, where it was just pilot versus pilot gunfighting, which is what people asked, and it gave that to people. But before that, it launched with like 6 different game modes, and I want to say like 20 to 30 weapons. Like that's insane when you think about it for a multiplayer game. Yeah. So I'm admitting the market was different back then because online shooters weren't the way they are now. Yeah. Everyone was playing like this. Everyone was playing like the 50% story, 50% online games. So that's why I was saying if Titanfall 1 launched now, they would have probably been better off. I don't know. It's just to me, I see Ubisoft as just like Amber said. I think they're trying to cut corners.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you on that. It's just like I feel that is their way of escaping it because Ubisoft has done a lot of mistakes, and a lot of companies are relying on that kind of thing. And and that's the part I'm really getting mad about is that it's just like, oh, look at this great game trailer. And we look at these game trailers, and it's kind of affecting how everything is set up, and I don't enjoy that kind of aspect where it's like, oh, look at this trailer. It's like, I don't want to look at the trailer. I want
gameplay.
Yeah, I want to see the in-game play. And that's kind of leads us into the next article of what we were talking about, is basically how the award shows for the video game companies out there right now. Sorry guys, I was about to sneeze. I'm also getting over a cold, so please forgive me. But anyway, the Game Awards will deliver more gameplay and less CGI thanks to No Man's Sky. And that's the kind of thing where I feel like it's very true, is that like thanks to games like No Man's Sky, of little, gameplay, but more or less just video, we're selling now off of video animation, which is easy for anybody to produce. I mean, it's like the Lucio video. You guys, remember how I showed you guys that clip where...
Yeah, and they just animated it.
And they just animated it within a week's span of it coming out. Yeah. So it's easy to deliver good graphics. I mean, imagine when you have like a 20-man team. Like the guy who did that was only like one guy. Yeah. Imagine like 20 guys in a day, what they could accomplish. Like probably give you like a half hour of that stuff. And that's the kind of thing that I don't like, is that video games are taking that easy way out.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm glad that the Game Awards, and I wish companies, or like more things coming out, like E3, all the other video game, showcases, PAX and all that, would do the same, saying, hey, look, if you're going to showcase or announce anything, you need to announce it with more gameplay, because if you don't, you're not going to, really buy the game. And I think a lot of people get sold on that kind of thing today, is that they're like, hey, don't pay attention to what's real, pay attention to what's not real. And that's the part that kind of drives me crazy about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what does Jack think? Like, I mean, where are things going? It's like, do you see more cutting corners, or is there going to be something where people are just going to have to put their foot down and kind of show with their money?
You think gamers are going to actually do that? Gamers
No,
have been complaining
I
about
don't
DLC
think so.
for like almost 10 years.
I'm
and
not
still
saying
buy it.
like DLC type stuff. I'm saying
No, I was
with,
making
like,
this
new-
example. Like gamers have complained about that for almost a decade.
Yeah.
They buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, DLC, it varies. Because, I mean, like, if you give us a full, complete game and then DLC, which is not required for the story to be finished,
Yeah.
great.
But the point I'm making is this. I'm using Star Wars Battlefront as an example. It was announced, they announced that you're going to have to buy a season pass that was basically $10 less than the price of the entire game months before the game came out. Star Wars Battlefront sold very well at launch. Gamers complained about this. They bought it anyway. That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
so even with like show gameplay or else, like, people are still gonna hype up games arbitrarily just because that's what, like, gaming became part of pop media, and pop media is all about riding the current wave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter. I don't even blame No Man's Sky for the whole non-gameplay trailer thing, because they were far from the first to do it. Like, that was a staple in games since the beginning of 360 PS3 era, that I guess 7th gen, I should say, in gaming. Like, I've been complaining about that for a long time. Lots of people have been complaining about that for a long time, but that was just a staple in gaming. PC even had an issue. The last time I remember a PC game that launched where it focused exclusively on gameplay was Crysis 1. Do you know how far back that was? Like, they don't do that anymore. PC market started doing the same thing, where it's just like, we're going to show a pre-made, pre-rendered, animated movie as a trailer for a video game. Buy this game, and then you get the game and it looks nothing like that.
Yeah.
I don't even just mean graphically, I mean in terms of your perspective and all that.
Yeah. See, like, for me, I buy a lot of my games off of Steam and stuff like that. That's like one of my biggest things. If I'm watching, if like I get onto a game page or whatever, and all I see is gameplay trailer, I'm like, there's no way I'm buying it. Because I have no idea what in-game looks like. And
Well,
I'm
see,
wasting money.
Release says game companies often sabotage themselves. Look at Evolve. Most people stop playing because the weird DLC. They have like 20 different versions you could buy.
Yeah.
And I agree. I mean, like, Evolve had such potential. Like, Left 4 Dead was such a solid game. Like, people still play that today. There's even tournaments still today. And I like when a solid game is built, and that's what happens. But then they're like, hey, let's make that game, but this time the tank is the only thing attacking. I'm just like, it didn't feel right. Like, you were chasing him down and trying to capture him, and the tank had more things working against him than he had things working for him. Because, one, you could tag him. 2, you had like 4, like characters that had specific abilities that could like neutralize his abilities.
Yeah.
So basically, it just taught you stick in a group, and this is how you're gonna have to function as it. And eventually, people got so good that like the monsters just has a hard time doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
And when they relaunched it again and said, hey, let's relaunch this game, it became more or less like, and everybody tried to get me hyped up. They're like, dude, the new version of Evolve is out 2.0, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm still not going to play it. It's still the same game to me in the basics. I mean, you could basically, polish a turd and say it's the best one on the earth, but it ain't going to make me want to, eat it.
To me, Evolve's problem was just how it released. They should have released it free-to-play from jump. If they had done that, it would have been fine. I don't mind what they did with the gameplay, because, I mean, that's just something gamers always talk about. Not fighting AI, but having, instead of fighting, like, imagine an MMO like Warcraft, a World of Warcraft, where instead of questing and you're playing a huge AI with a bunch of people, you're questing, you're fighting one like really good game master or something like that, who's fighting an entire legion of 25 other people. That's something gamers have been talking about for decades. So Evolve, what they did wasn't bad in terms of the concept. Maybe the execution was flawed. I mean, I didn't really play it that much. I played the demo and the alpha, and I was like, yeah, I don't like this game. But I didn't like it not because of what they were doing. I didn't like it because of the package. I was like, so I'm giving you $60 up front, to play the same thing over and over. Like, it would be like me playing an RPG and there's only one element of the RPG and I only do that over and over again, and I'm giving you $60. Like, it was too one-dimensional of a game for me personally. That's what caught me with Evolve. But it could have worked if it was a free-to-play game and they saw a surge when it went free-to-play.
Yeah, when it went free-to-play, a lot of people got back into it.
Yeah.
Just, for me, it didn't feel that, it didn't feel that fresh. But I guess a lot of people who didn't have it at that point were just like, oh, great, I have a graphics card, things I can play. Mm-hmm. And like Christmas is passed, and it's given a year, so a lot of people were back into it. So I'm glad that people are trying to reignite that passion for it. But it's sad when you see games like that could have had more potential if they'd done more with it. And even if they just said free to play, I think you're right. It would have had better success. Yeah. But the problem is they sunk so much money into Turtle Rock is that it was like, hey, you have Left 4 Dead. We're going to make our own game. It's like their first title they launch, and then they get tanked at it, and you're just like, that's gonna be painful. That's not gonna be fun for how that works out for you. So but hopefully that really works to their advantage to build another game that will just be blowing our minds the next time around. Yeah. I mean, one great game which I was just reintroduced to, which I thought was really great, was it State of Decay. That was actually that studio's first time developing a game. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. Like the beginning of it, it launches you in. You didn't need to know a story because they got the idea is that you just came back from vacation and what the hell? There's people murdering each other. Now I need to figure this out. So this leads you to want to figure out more about the story and things going on. And it doesn't like say, okay, go talk to Tom over here. Okay, go talk to Stacy over there. And the story kind of evolves like that. It's this hey, there's these survivors on the other side. We should probably go rescue them. And then it turns out one of the survivors, well, I heard on the news 2 days ago, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. It's like if you were getting that way that everything works, State of Decay, yeah. And then also at the same time too, it keeps a live time counter. So if you walk away from the game and you're not playing it, if your base and settlements that you've set up in State of Decay start getting attacked, you actually can lose stuff over time. So the game, forces you to progress and not just stay stale in it. So I like that forward thought, and it was one company who was able to make a solid game, and it didn't require a bunch of whooshy or big sound effects or just whatever they thought would be cool. It was just like, hey, here's our game. And now they're coming out with State of Decay too. I mean, look at that, State of Decay. Phoenix was like, So Battleborn should have launched free to play. I had a lot of fun with the game. Played it more than I played Overwatch, but the population isn't there to find a game in a reasonable amount of time anymore. This is true. That's
the thing. That's a good point. Like when you look at what that game offered versus Overwatch, it had more content in it, and technically more varied gameplay. But Overwatch was the one with the hype. And now, albeit it's because Blizzard did a much better job marketing their game, which is part of the industry. So I give Blizzard props for that. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from them, obviously.
Very well.
Exactly. But it's like, in all honesty, when you look at the game that's going to blow up, there's people who look for games just because they're going to blow up. And some of them are influencers, so they have to do it, obviously, because that's their job.
Well, it's like Shattered Skies. Did you guys ever hear about that game?
No.
Shattered Skies was a game that was marketed. People just love Blizzard too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fact. Well, because they give
brand loyalty.
Yeah, they literally give their fans everything. I mean, there's a soldier statue. We have a whole collection of all the Blizz stuff from BlizzCon. But the other part is that with that kind of stuff, you can actually see a lot of games like Shattered Sky was made by this guy who made DayZ, or not DayZ, but World Z, or I think it's Z World, or I can't remember the exact game. But what he did was he told people he built this game and everything got built and it was going to be like a better DayZ, and we're like, oh, okay, great. So everybody starts playing it, and then what happens is the updates, as people are subscribing and paying for it to improve it, the updates stop. And everybody starts going well, what the fuck, man? And then, but people new people kept buying it. There was nothing to say anything for review sites. And then finally, about half a year later, Steam finally caught up getting the reviews and said, hey, wait a minute, this game's robbing people. Yeah. And the guy disappeared off the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. And he collected all the money. And then next time around, he makes Shattered Skies, but he uses somebody else from another, I think a streamer who was also a scammer, who built some other scamming websites with some other people, basically did the same thing, and they said, Shatter Skies, the greatest new game you're going to play, it's with aliens, and you're going to have a great time, blah, blah, and slowly the same thing happened, but this time it was pay to play to win, So instead of like getting the levels you needed to get to, you could just jump to that level and never have to grind it. And then these guys who started out with Founders Packs could just kill all the noobs with ease. So eventually the same thing happened where they were just making plays to get money. There we go. Shattered Skies was the guys who did War Z, and they did the same stuff with War Z. They were Reddit threads all over trying to point out they were shady. Yeah. So, and that's the thing is that's why people today are thrown off so much by everything, and they don't know where to trust anybody on these type of games that are free to play or that you pay to play. That's why I think everyone just relies on Blizzard so much, because it's like, oh, it's Blizzard, and I really agree to that kind of stuff, and I think they can't be shady. They're a multi-billion-dollar company.
They're too huge at this point to get shady.
Yeah, why would you get shady when you can make War Z could have really skyrocketed if these guys would have followed through because they had a fan base, and then instead, the guys wanted to rip people off, and that's what
which is like.
But I mean, that's an individual. Like, I don't think that's the norm.
No, I don't think it's the norm either. I would just say that it's like that goes to show you laziness, and because clearly they had something good. If they would have taken that money and hired a few more people to help develop it out better, they could have built something really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like the great thing right now is like it's like H1Z1 started out very rocky, had a pretty good idea, but then what happens is the guy who developed Battle Royale is now working with another company, and what happens is they made PlayerUnknown or Unknown Players Battlegrounds. Mm-hmm. This last weekend was the first demo of it. We'll be playing it this Saturday, hopefully, and giving you guys our feedback on it so we can talk to you more about it. Yeah. But it's going to be a game also that we may be giving some game keys, so make sure you follow out on our Facebook and figure it out the rest. But but I mean, maybe we should do that tomorrow. Just give out some game keys, have people, Yeah. I think that may work out. We may do a Facebook Live with that idea. But tomorrow, guys, not tomorrow. But I mean, like, there's a lot of great games that are coming out that people are really making the effort to do something with, and it's not for people to stop, because a lot of people do get misled by all the things that are happening, from like the marketing to promises to updates that should be there, or paying for something that they feel by paying that I deserve this. Mm-hmm. Don't ever kid yourself. You don't deserve anything if you pay for it, even though you may feel that way. There's companies who do not feel the same way. Blizzard, they do, and they'll give you everything you want. But other companies, they could shaft you at any moment, so don't expect that you're going to get the solid, greatest deal from them. But the one thing I do feel that's great, that's not misleading, is Remedy. The guys who did Max Payne, the guys who did,
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break, that's what it was. Thank you very much. I was trying to remember. It was like, they're now doing actually a great way to announce that their trailers. Have you seen this one yet?
No. I've not seen any trailers as of late.
Okay, so this is from the guys who brought you Max Payne and Quantum Break. They're making a new trailer that's out there. I think it's a great way to advertise everything. So let's take a look at this, and I'll show you guys right now. Okay, let's see if we can capture this moment right now. This magic moment, your lips turn to mine. I don't know what else that.
I'm just thinking Ghost.
No, I think that one is like.
No.
I don't know.
It sounds like it would be the same song. I could have sworn it was the same song.
Is it the same song?
I think it is.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I think this is the one
when they're doing the pot.
I think you're right. Wait, is this it?
Yeah, it looks like it's capturing.
Hold on.
Huh?
There it is. Alright, hold on. Sorry guys, we're also adjusting to the new studio and where it's at. So from now on, so it just makes it easier, I'm just going to go like this so you guys can see it instead of trying to switch over. We are going to fix that though, so let's see if this is the correct way. I think this should be the right one to capture. So we go over here.
Yeah, because you can see the screen.
I think you can you?
Nope. Nope.
Hold on, let me find it, guys. Hold on, let me find it.
Do window capture?
I did window capture, but I'm trying to figure out the one with the window capture.
Okay, sorry guys.
Yeah, no, I'm really sorry guys about this. This is horrible. It says YouTube right there for that one.
Oh, what?
Hold on.
Changing. Stuff is a-changing.
Is that what it is?
No.
No, that's Twitch.
No.
Where is it going to show up here?
I have no idea, my friend. They're just pitch black.
They are pitch black, and I can't figure it out. See, that's the thing I hate about this sometimes, is you're trying to find something. Forget you, window capture. You were supposed to be there for me. Fine, we'll just do this. It's gonna be annoying to figure this out.
Do a monitor capture really quickly instead of a window capture and just get into it.
That sounds good here.
Hey, what's up, Corvos? I see you in the chat, man.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Gonna peek on over. Ooh. The phone ran away from me. I looked at it and...
because you're scary.
I'm not scary. Why are you picking on me so much?
There we go. We're gonna do that. That makes better sense here. And just keep going all the way down, all the way down.
Break. WTF? What's up? What was that?
All right,
Matt?
so guys, you're gonna see this right here. This is what we're looking at. You guys will see it probably beforehand, which sucks because I want to just show it to you guys. But here you go. So get a load of this. And I enjoy this.
Hi, I'm Sam Lake.
Sam Lake.
I'm Sam Lake. I'm Sam Lake.
I'm Sam Lake.
Creative Director from Remedy.
What?
Solid in
What?
the way that was delivered.
What?
I think that was a very solid moment right there. So yeah, that's how you should be announcing trailers from now on. I think that was the best way to deliver a trailer. I mean, right?
Just send out a press release. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is-
God.
So that annoys you
Right,
guys?
Corbus? Right?
I like-
WTF?
I like Remedy a lot, but that is stupid. Just send out a
I'm
press
right there
release.
with Big Phoenix. I am confused.
Why are you confused? It was pretty much to the
I
point.
have no idea what just happened.
No.
No?
That was nothing.
Well, explain to me. Okay.
Because that really was just like... That was just like ego all over it. Like, I'm trying to be Steve Jobs, but cool and relate to the youngins. Like, that's really what that was to me. What was his name? Freaking Corbus something? Or, what? I don't know. What was his name? He was Finnish, wasn't he? Couldn't understand him. And it's just like, I'm this person. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Explosion. And like, what the cheese ball?
I like the explosion. It added the nice one. It didn't advertise anything.
Exactly. It advertised his ego. That's all that advertised.
And what's wrong with that?
I just don't see the point
Keep
of it.
your narcissism over there. Like,
I just didn't see the point of it. Like,
there
what,
was
what
no
did we
point.
learn
There was
watching
no
that?
point.
Information-wise, I mean.
A new trailer's coming.
So essentially, that's a trailer for a trailer, and I hate trailers for trailers.
You don't like anything meta then?
No. Not in that context, especially.
Exactly, right?
Gaming doesn't really need meta.
It didn't advertise a dang thing.
He said, "Cool guys don't look at explosions," and I have to agree with that. Last Action Hero. He walked away from that. He was such a badass.
The movie also came out like 40 years ago.
Man, you make me sad sometimes.
Yeah.
40 years ago,
I'm
really?
exaggerating. It was a long ass time.
It was a long ass time ago. You
Is
know,
the gaming industry 40 years old at this point?
I don't know at that point.
It's way older than 40 years old.
Is it really?
When was the
Yeah.
first game that came out?
You're
Was it
forgetting that the- you're forgetting that the-
1960, late 1960s?
You're forgetting that there was a gaming bubble burst.
No, in the
70s,
late 80s.
There was, I mean, technically,
Well,
there was technically more than one.
Yeah,
and there
there's
will be
more than
another
one.
one, unfortunately, because
Because-
people are stupid. But yeah,
Like, wasn't this like a when gaming was first developed, or where it was mass marketable?
the Atari,
yeah.
essentially. When
It
they flooded the market
wasn't-
with a bunch of really, really bad games.
Yeah,
And then-
because then they had to. Then there was the bubble, and then
In fact,
they had
was it
to,
this year or last year? They uncovered a landfill filled with a bunch of Atari games.
It was 2 years
That
ago.
was 2 years ago that they
2 years
discovered that?
ago?
Okay, yeah.
Yep, 2 years
Yeah,
ago when that happened.
Okay.
I was just thinking because after the bubble burst, that's when they decided to
That was like
market
the last.
gaming.
Yeah, that was the
They
last
started-
major.
Well, that was where
Yeah.
all the ETs were dumped.
See, yeah, because there was some documentary with, oh, that's where they decided to market gaming to boys. And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's not even true. They were marketing gaming to boys before then, because it was boys who invented gaming at its core in terms of like
But
the
it was
college
like-
clubs and stuff like that.
the gaming prior to that was all like
It was
more neutral. It seemed like in the actual games of itself, and then they marketed it towards boys with had more male. Just
I mean,
solid,
in terms of
male
the '80s, but that's
characters.
because in the '80s everything was very gendered in its marketing because
Well, yeah,
it worked.
that's-
Like
yeah.
they did that for movies, and we still do that to this day because of that.
Yeah, what I'm just saying is that gaming took a
Because
turn.
gaming
of,
literally got its main business boost in college clubs. Like a lot of the college elites were playing video games and stuff like that.
This is true. This is true. So, well,
It was
anyways.
in 1958, according to Wikipedia. Thank you, Phoenix. 1958.
Wikipedia. Gaming, the first video game.
I wonder how many trolls rewrote that. Like, this was like...
Right.
The first game came out in, I think, the 40s.
Well, because I remember they came on the TV sets.
Oh, you're talking that kind of gaming.
Yeah.
I'm talking about gaming made on a computer at all.
No.
Like the first
I'm talking like
programmer.
the first type of gaming that you got with like Pong. It came on an actual TV
Oh,
set.
that kind of gaming. Okay, I was thinking literal.
Like the birth of gaming,
Okay.
like in a sense of like a controller, joystick controller,
Okay.
being able to interact like that.
I was talking about in terms of the first program meant for.
No, because you would be right. There was the Atari that was the first thing, but the predecessor to that was like.
Oh,
Pong.
before the. I'm talking about even before the Atari. Anyway,
Yeah.
screw
Anyway,
you,
yeah.
Justin.
Sorry, history lesson.
Yeah,
Way to go off topic, Amber.
I know.
What?
Anyway, focusing
What?
back on topic, guys.
Thank you, Duncan.
Just to let you guys know, so we're going to move through some more gaming news, but before we do that, we should probably play a little bit of this War of Mine. But let's get through the other chunks of what we had. So Nintendo is making a Legend of Zelda Escape the Room. I am only bringing that up not because I say we need to get it for the console or play it for the console. What I'm saying is, we're probably going to all do that because they're going to have one in LA.
You guys are doing that.
Mike is opposed to it, and we're going to have Mike there.
No, you're not.
How long do you think that line's gonna be?
I am the largest
I went-
person here. No one is making me go to that
Why?
because I don't want to go. I want to play Zelda. I don't want to.
You do play Zelda. They have a whole thing set up. It's Zelda Interactive. Trust me.
Oh my god, I'm not signed up for it. I'm down.
Come on.
You're
You're a
scared
Zelda
of
fan.
everything. You're excited for that?
I don't think it's gonna be scary.
I promise you, she'll be scared of the first 2
It
minutes.
would it.
All right.
Is this a trade? Oh, I thought they had video of the room.
No. So, I mean, along with that, guys, what you want to have is also that we're going to have Elder Scrolls is going to be free this weekend. The online edition. So if you guys weren't sure if you wanted to buy or play it, it's a great time to try it out now. For all you guys who are fans of like Skyrim,
There've been so many updates and expansions to that game too. So that was a great time to try it. There's tons of content for you to get into. So definitely take advantage of that.
yeah, and that's the thing is that I think that's an interesting. I may try it. Oh, it's 73 gigabytes. Oh wait, that's for the PS4.
I was like, do you know how many? That's smaller than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like 200 gigs.
Oh, fudge that. I
It's
mean,
been like 5 expansions, bro.
it's just way too much. WoW is not even that much. WoW's about 30 or 40.
Do you see the graphics on WoW?
Yes.
You can play WoW on your phone.
All right. Okay. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. So, but also speaking of graphics, guys. Oh man, this is going to be definitely another thing here that I think is actually interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, NVIDIA's latest drivers are already affecting like the video memory speed.
Uh-oh.
I know. It's
Yeah.
see, I was kind of like it says for the 1080, 1070, and 1060.
My boy Arthur in Chicago just built his PC and he bought a 1080 too. So,
Yeah.
Dang.
Don't
I'm
download
gonna hit him
the
up.
latest
Yeah,
drivers.
I might hit him up to show him. But
Yeah, 'cause they're
yeah,
gonna
let's not
patch
download
that.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're already having issues. Like, they're having to tell people, like, oh yeah, this is how possibly maybe to fix this right now.
Because you gotta love when they can't give you a definitive solution.
Yeah.
Well, see, I got a GTX 980. It's not one of the 1080s, but for some reason, like even then, it was still having issues. It was just like I tried to
At
do
launch or now?
now.
Now, okay.
Like I haven't had any issues until I updated the drivers last week, and for some reason, like when I switch over, like I have 2 monitors, and when I switched over to like Dishonored, it was playing fine at first, and then when I used its optimized the drives for NVIDIA, the thing went batshit crazy. Would not work. Like I can't even play Dishonored now, even just on regular play. I disconnected the monitor. I was like, maybe it's just the monitor. If it reads the monitor, maybe it's that. Nope, still
Can
happening.
you reset the driver to one of
I
the
did that.
specs?
I reset the
Really?
driver, and it's still acting weird.
Oh, dang.
I think it messed with something on the inside, and like, I mean, and plus Dishonored 2 is a very taxing game.
Well, then there's also issues with Dishonored 2.
Yeah, there was the frame drops and everything. There's a lot of things.
Which they're coming out with a patch for that as well. Another one, in order to try and fix
Hopefully
gameplay
it works
issues.
this time. So.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree on that, and And that's the thing. So, but it's really weird just how like that's the first time I've ever heard of like anything kind of happening with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, luckily Nvidia, this is not a common occurrence for Nvidia. So I mean, they're branching into something new with the new Pascal chip architecture they have.
Yeah.
It's compressing a lot of data into a chip. So I mean, there's bound for something to happen now and again. Memory leaks are not an uncommon thing, and it does happen due to other stuff on like computer and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things that you go like, holy crap. Actually, I also heard a story earlier this week that somebody's PC caught fire.
Oh my god.
During the middle of a stream with the graphics card. Just went... I'm pretty sure he was overclocking it, but I just think it's funny just to hear...
Oh, okay. If he was overclocking it, that makes sense. I thought it was just like he was using it stock and it caught fire. It's like, huh.
Yeah, a lot of companies are making bombs these days.
Like, that's like my biggest fear. Is like my computer's just gonna explode on me for no
That's
reason.
a fear you have?
Yeah.
Dr. Funks actually had, he had was it Samsung 6, 7?
The Note 7, yeah.
He had the Note 7, and it's literally saying on his phone, these have been made for recall, please send them back. He has not sent it back. And we're like,
really?
Bro, and what they do is they stop the battery from charging past 60. It stays at 60 now. You can't go higher.
Oh, yeah, to make sure there's a little...
I'm just going like, holy crap.
I wanted a Note 7 too, but...
I know, I started looking at the phones because I want to get rid of... I'm ready to abandon Apple completely at this point. And it's just like...
You don't want to be basic anymore? You still like Starbucks, you're going to be basic. It's okay.
I was streaming Titanfall 2 and my fan tried to take off so damn loud.
It's okay, Amber. You don't have to... You're progressing. I'm giving you props.
Yeah, the progression is there. It's real.
Thank you.
You know, he's giving me props on something.
Thank you.
I mean, he may not do it that often, but yeah, he's doing it.
I give her props daily. She's the one that's mean to me. So.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Yeah,
I see how it is.
How it is.
So, with that kind of news, guys...
A nice bitch slap, just like...
Physical violence?
You were so mean.
Physical violence.
Why would you do that to that? Why?
Well, hell, if you keep accusing me of it, I might as well.
So, on top of that, there's some new games or new expansions coming out. Like last week, we saw Rainbow Six Siege Operation Red Crow.
Did they finally release a trailer that showed more than what they showed last time?
Yeah. Remember how it was only 15 seconds?
Yeah, that last one, I was like, I don't even understand the point.
So, do you guys want to look at it?
Yeah, let's look at it.
You already hit play, so yes.
I don't know why you have to be so negative, Mike. I was trying to be so positive.
How is that being negative?
I don't know. I feel like you're just being that way.
Oh shit, that Death Stare. Run, mate, run. The Australians telling you guys to run.
Yeah, because they know that you're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Totally crazy.
Whatever.
I like the new operators.
You just do the ICU.
I know.
ICU and all that. For a second there, I thought that was a donut.
Breaching pellets. Oh, let's
It's
go.
a donut.
The breaching pellets look fudging awesome.
She thought it was a donut.
It looked like a donut, and then all of a sudden, it's like popped
Is that a
out.
donut too?
No.
Have you guys ever played this one?
No.
Yeah, I don't like it. But that's because I like the old school Rainbow Six. It was way more tactical.
I don't know. I think this is pretty tactical for what it is. I don't think that should be ever in an ad.
Yeah, right? I was just thinking that.
Like, improvement on bug fixes. Like, why would you mention that to us at all?
Yeah, you don't want to put that in an ad. That's for sure.
So, I mean, I think that's kind of interesting that they have that, but like, why would you advertise that you had bug improvements?
They're advertising the fact that they're fixing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that too.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I think it's a little bit weird that they have to be like, guess what? What? We fixed our game. You're like, okay, I get it. You know, but
I mean, that looked cool. I might give Rainbow Six another try. I reviewed it actually. It's a solid game, lots of promise. I want traditional Rainbow Six gameplay. So the pre-planning before you start. Like this one, they focus way too much on the whole destructible environment element. But I mean, it's a good foundation. I want to see what they're going to do with the franchise moving forward. So,
well, I'd have to agree with you. You know, it looks like NVIDIA has the release driver version 375.95 to address low memory clocks on certain factory overclocked Pascal cards. Not sure if my card was factory overclocked, but I am going to grab them. Yeah, Yoki John, isn't that a yokai watch? You did not laugh at that.
no, I did not laugh. It's not funny.
And then Corbus up there saying how
You
many
know what's
people play
funny?
that
Amber
game
thinking
still?
an explosive was a donut. That's funny.
No, because it just was a big circle, and then all of a sudden it exploded into the other different things. It looked like a pink donut.
Did you think it was a donut?
No.
No, I didn't.
It looked like a donut. I was confused for like 2.5 seconds.
I thought it was a donut.
Maybe I'm hungry.
Why don't you love my jokes?
There's nothing wrong with your jokes, bro. What?
Feed me donuts. Pretty please. Feed me donuts.
No.
No. Anyway.
I'm sorry, man. Your
Oh, my nose ring.
yeah, your napkin got stuck
Oh,
in your septum.
No. No, God, no.
I wish I'd seen that. Wow.
I think you cleaned it out. Nope, it's still stuck
it's
around
still
the
there.
piece.
No, good Lord. Oh, God. No. You guys suck. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone now.
You guys suck.
Um,
Anyway, so with that, guys, there's also other new expansions like...
Yeah, like that tissue expanded into your septum there.
You guys suck. Anyway, guys, so there's other expansions that are coming out too, like for Total War Warhammer. They have the new Wood Elves expansion coming out, and I really love that game, so let's take a look at that real quick.
Let's see this. Peggy 16?
Yeah.
Okay, boys, let's go.
The trailer footage shown uses the in-game engine.
Alright. Fancy stones.
See, I like their in-game engine, though. It really does a good job.
Pretty.
The chill winds of winter are past, and the season of war is here. The Asray are hunters. And the forest is our home.
Battle reindeer. You gotta like battle reindeer, right?
Woe betide those foolish enough to threaten it.
Tree smash.
There have been sacrifices,
Big.
but we are ready. He is ready. The wild hunt begins!
Let's
Become
go.
like a centaur. What do they call that?
I'm definitely playing that one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it looks pretty damn cool.
Are you sure?
I know you were talking a lot. You were talking a lot of smack over
I
there.
was talking
Yeah.
smack. It
Yeah.
was like legit.
Was it legit smack talking?
Yeah.
No.
Is that what you're doing over there?
Well, me and
Yeah.
Duncan were definitely impressed.
I know. I have the game. I've been playing it for a while now.
Really?
Yeah, I've been playing the Vampires campaign. Was that campaign of it?
Campaign? Okay.
It's actually really fun. Somebody asked me. They said straight up. They're like, why are you playing it on the hardest mode? I go, what do you mean on the hardest mode? He's like, vampires are the hardest to play in expansion because you can't expand past borders. And I was like, oh shit. So literally, it took me days after days of trying to just take. Like, I would control one area, and then the Imperial would come into the other area. Then I would take that area, and the Imperial would come in that area.
Yeah.
And then when I moved trying to take out the Imperials, the dwarves came from behind me. And it was just like I couldn't have any time to sleep and they just kept crushing everything. I was like, I really hate you guys so much right now. Like, the game, so frustrating. But the one thing I think somebody made a good comment about it, because they're tight.
Thank you. What?
Anyway, so light, fast attack units, good for smash and grab, and was it ants? Because why not? Oh,
Ants from Lord of the Rings. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So I mean, and that's the great thing about it is that like it's got a really good plan and setup, and like you build, you feel like, it kind of feels like Games of Thrones. You make deals with people, and you're like, hey, don't attack me, I want to attack you. But since I was vampires, a lot of them didn't want, like, they were always trying to break deals. They weren't breaking deals at first, but when I became a big enough entity and I crushed the Chaos forces, they were like, hey, let's do a deal. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I needed help. You were trying to screw with me.
Wow.
But the cool thing on the other side of that is that, like, or the downside to it is that once you become strong enough, everything becomes auto-resolve. Like, you don't have to really fight the battle strategically.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
You can auto-resolve everything that you want to do. And it kind of makes me sad when you do that. You're kind of like, oh, like... But also, I kind of like it, because then I don't want to really have to do that much effort at that point.
You like it and dislike it.
Yeah, I just feel like it kind of adds and it takes away. Yeah. It's like the pros and cons, but I will definitely be playing that one on stream. That's going to be something I want to play. So... You know, besides that, let me give you guys one last video, and we're just going to get into this War of Mine for the celebration, its anniversary.
Yep.
For all you who love horror, and you guys love Outlast, I know...
Wait, love who? What?
Not horrors. Horror.
Okay, you guys need to learn to enunciate. I heard
horror.
I heard for all men who love whores. I was like...
For all men who love... What?
That's what I heard, and I was confused.
Alright, well, here you go. This is for all you guys who love Outlast. This is great.
Oh, I'm Alison Wilkes, head of market research at Red Barrels, creators of the upcoming survival horror game Outlast 2. The launch of our demo has created its fair share of reactions, and we've witnessed, while analyzing social media data, a very disturbing trend. Ali K wrote, yeah, I just finished the demo, need to change my pants. Thanks, Red Barrels. Millen Mitchell wrote, on the first, played it for 15 minutes, shit myself, and never went back on. Good game. Now Zoltan wrote, hide your kids, hide your wife, get your diapers, get your headphones, it's coming. And it goes on and on and on.
When animals are confronted with a severe threat to their survival, the adrenal medulla produces a hormonal cascade that results in high blood pressure, elevated heartbeat, and in cases of extreme fear, sudden voiding of the bowels.
That's Amber.
So we found a way to release Outlast 2 without you worrying about the release of number 2.
Introducing our Kickstarter project.
Oh my god!
We underscares through rigorous beta testing. Until we reach the pinnacle of diaper technology.
Wow.
So now you can play in a state of abject terror and total comfort. And there's even a limited edition with a wearable nightlight.
This is a real product. View the Underscares Kickstarter page to fund the project, get your diaper, and Outlast 2 Steam key.
Let's go! I'm doing this!
From the bottom of our bottoms to those of you who support this project.
I'm totally cool.
The best moment in life.
No.
I think I found a new. Now they can never be mad at me. They can never be mad at me on Steam at all. Like, so now when I play scare games, I'm just gonna have an Outlast diaper on.
Okay.
And I'll just be chilling out, be like, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's horror night. I got my Outlast undies. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I feel that's a brand for like pooping underwear. It's just Outlast undies.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah, I can see that.
Right? OU?
Yeah. The name alone makes it outlast your bowel syndrome. Yeah.
What's up, Wizards? Yeah, new place. I watched Mika and Gav play Outlast 1 in Whistleblower, and I love the reactions. Can't wait for them to do it all over again. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like when I did it, a lot like people tune in to watch me get scared. Cause like I played Five Nights at Freddy's and I just cannot handle it. I lost my shit doing that whole thing.
Oh, if you had those, you would have found your shit. So, yeah.
I don't know if I want to find my shit. Cycling through my own shit does not seem like an appealing thing right now.
You gonna get those?
No, because I'm not even playing it. No,
Well,
I can't do
why
it.
not play the game and then
I
get the
can't.
undies?
No,
Then you
no,
won't have to worry
no,
about.
No.
You gotta stop being a coward, Amber.
No, I am perfectly fine with being a coward. Thank you very much.
I'll make her play people. She'll play it.
No.
Yes.
Amber definitely will not outlast anything.
Exactly.
Well done.
Yeah. Yep. See, hold on. Where's the rim shot?
Boom, boom.
There it is. Yep.
Yep.
There it is. All right. With that said, guys, we're gonna move into this game. We're gonna play this War of Mine. So let's get this up and running for you guys, so you guys can watch and play it. Watch us play this wonderful game. Make some harsh decisions. Decisions. That thing.
Just
Decisions.
what was on your mind, huh?
Yeah. What?
Excrement was apparently.
I know. It
right.
was excrement was right there, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Quite.
So guys, we're gonna switch over the camera. So please forgive us for this delay for a moment here. We're gonna go to studio mode. So there we go. So like you're like, oh, okay.
Wait, you guys are humming different. Never mind.
Wait, what are we humming? That's different.
What song were you humming?
It's that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, you were humming. You were humming. Which one were you humming?
I was trying to mimic.
Always on the outside looking in at.
Yeah.
Can't be as cool as us.
All right, guys. So we're gonna basically move to one part of this where we're at right now. Let's see here.
What? I had to fill in the space. We weren't talking about anything.
He was literally
Silent
in the
is
middle of a
like.
sentence.
I was in the middle of a sentence. She disrupted
And then
me.
she just started dancing.
Give us 2 seconds, guys. We'll be right back.
Dance now for the people.
Yeah, go ahead, dance.
They can't see me.
That's probably the point. That's why I told
They
you.
can't see me now.
And now they won't know how bad of a dancer you are. Did you a favor.
Oh.
I'm just gonna leave and not come back. I mean, I'm sure you guys will be fine.
Amber.
All the hate that's going on right now.
There's no hate. You're just overreacting.
You're overreacting. There's no hate. No one
There's
hates
no
you.
hate.
No.
We like you, Amber. You know.
There's Amber animosity.
Yes. This is us getting back for all the bullying you did to us earlier. So.
I know. You were calling us jerks. You said we were poo-poo heads and.
Yes, you did say that.
Yeah.
So.
You said some things that were very unkind to us.
Where is she going?
I don't know. She walked out. This is just like everything else. She just walks out on us.
Yeah, leaves us, abandons us. You know, it's all right. It's like every other woman in my life just leaves me.
Oof.
Doesn't come back.
That is harsh. Every woman in your life just leaves you?
No, I'm just.
There must be a reason. Every woman in your life
See.
leaves you. I mean,
we
obviously,
just said something and she
there
just
must,
See, I was
there
going back.
must be a
See?
reason. There
She
must be
came
a
back
reason.
and decided to talk shit to
This
us.
is on archive. This is going to be archived. So this is proof that you treat me poorly.
I feel like we should just do a recap of all this.
Yeah,
All
someone should just
No.
highlight the stream all the time. Amber.
Don't
abuses
listen
us.
to a single word they're saying because there's so much stuff that goes off screen.
No,
Like
that's not true.
that just happens.
No,
And
I'm
now
the
they're
same
giving me
way
crap.
off stream
Now they're
as I
giving me
am on
crap.
stream.
Are you?
Yes.
Corvus, I gotta go, but I'll still want to talk to you about Twitch channel and do you want my email. You could just message us. Well, I'll message you back on it.
There you go.
Hey, PDP, how you doing? What's up?
See, you're nice to him.
Yeah, he's one of my viewers. He's nice to me.
What you mean to us?
I give you shit, I give you shit back.
No, I've never.
All right.
So, how's the game coming along?
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to pull up this game. There we go.
I was like, did he hit play yet?
Yeah, I'm
No,
like.
I hit play, but it went wonky sideways.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Mr. Popular over there, huh? Ding ding.
Yep.
Ding 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 ding.
Actually, it was a project that. All right.
Alright.
So we're gonna have to survive. Wait, is there other modes or is just this? Fuck the war.
Yeah.
That's a good start to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So survive.
Yep. Two.
I'm gonna give you the chance real quick, Mike, to take care of this. I have to go grab another thing real quick. I will be right back, guys.
Alright. Let's see. basically you start out with 3 characters.
Okay.
And each one has their own bio. I think what's another really cool thing about this game is that once you'll get introduced into this particular house, you get like several different starting places, depending on how much you play. So the more you play, you'll unlock more things.
Oh, we just got
We got
follow?
we can't see.
Can't see it.
Well, thank you so much for, I think, was that a follow?
Yeah, it sounds like a follow.
It sounds like a follow. So if you followed us, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome.
Type in the chat and let us know if you just followed so we can give you props.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know.
Now I gotta read this small text.
Yeah. Basically, it's just talking about like the Civil War and how things have gotten to this point. It's introducing to your characters. And I always mess up the character names, but that's I think Katrina, Rovo, and Palav.
Okay.
And I think that was a host, was it? Or is it a host? It was a
another
follow.
follow,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so we had a host before, and then this is a follow. So thank you so much for all of that, showing us some love. So in her bio, you're gonna click on that, and that will tell you like her skills are more leaning towards bargaining. So she's better at bargaining.
Okay.
Bruno is a good cook, so the food that you cook with him will last a bit longer, more filling. And then he is a fast runner. So he's somebody good to send out at night when he goes scavenging.
Oh, so get away with it.
Yeah, he'll get away faster because at this moment in time you have no weapons. It's all sneak and stealth.
Amber, come sit down and play this game.
I will take over here. Let's see.
They like to watch you play better than me anyway. So there you go.
Alrighty. So, and we are on a time frame 2. So you see the clock up there. You have only a certain amount of time for the day. And oh my god, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm on, so I'm gonna have her start digging stuff out. This character here, what is close? We have no component parts in order to craft things. So there we go. We're gonna grab all of these, add them into our inventory. So really it also, we gotta start scavenging stuff like in the house itself.
Before you explore outside, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, at like 8, I think it's the cutoff time is I think 8 o'clock.
Okay.
In order, and then that's when you have to go out and scavenge. You can no longer get anything or do anything in the house. So everything you have to do before then, you have to, like, if you're crafting any sort of item or something like that, it has to be all done before you have to go out and scavenge in the middle of the night. Alright, cool. We have a shiv there, so that we can kind of break into certain cabinets and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or doors. See this here? It has that symbol where you can kind of shimmy. Yeah, just shimmy it through. So Paula is closer to this cabinet here.
Sorry about that. I had to take care of my nose. I'll just sit here.
Alright, so what's chat saying?
What?
Is anybody active in chat?
Rip overlay.
Oh, the overlays? What's going on?
This is rip overlay.
Hold on.
What's going on with the overlay?
I have no idea.
Doesn't look like anything's wrong with the overlay.
Oh.
See, then now that you have the shiv, he can now unlock this door and get to this pile of stuff.
Oh, resources, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know. Well, you're gonna have to look at it and see, like. So you guys just living in this random house?
Well, yeah, you kind of like get into this house and you're kind of trying to make it into an area that you can actually, it's like a home base. So you start off with like exploring this house and kind of trying to get as much resources out of this house because it kind of comes with basic resources. And then at night, you're forced to scavenge. So you send one person out to scavenge, and then you have to pick from one of the 3 people here to either guard or to sleep if you have.
So So are you setting them to do everything, or is this?
Yeah, you're assigning them. See how I'm gonna assign her to kind of dig this rock out, this pile out, and same with him here. So this becomes
So
usable
you made
area.
Bruno and the woman dig. You let the pretty boy just walk around.
No, he's been digging and doing other stuff too.
I see how it is.
We know what it is. You see,
I see how the world works to you.
You gotta type.
Make ugly people work. Make the handsome guys stay handsome. I get it.
I am not that choosy.
Wait, did you say I'm not that choosy?
Yeah, I'm not that choosy. I don't care what they look like. I thought that was a pile of stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's see. This
Apparently,
game
you just
has
do not work
built.
well with other females.
So resources, what are we gonna need?
The consumables. What are the consumables in this game?
The combustibles.
Is it combustibles? It says consumables.
Oh, this is.
I don't know why you would have like combustibles on you.
Well, because
to
you
make
the
weapons
fuel.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
you see
fuel. I
for
didn't even
fuel.
think about that, yeah.
So
Okay.
it gets cold, so you're gonna end up getting into winter here.
Oh,
So the temperature's
to
going
warm
to
the
drop.
house.
Yeah, so you have to.
So where
warm
is this
the
war
house.
set?
This is set in, I think, in Europe, in like northern Europe,
Okay.
I
Which is
believe.
why the warm it gets colder.
Yeah, it's gonna get real cold. So
Is it like they have vodka and they can keep warm too?
actually, yeah, moonshine.
There you go.
But it's more for trading, and I think you can make Molotovs at some point as
Molotov
well.
cocktails. Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten too far. So yeah, so the workshop you get food. This is for water.
Moonshine still. There it is. Yeah.
Moonshine still. And then metal workshop. So this is for more weapons and stuff like that as well. And collecting rainwater.
Now, is there a time what this is set in?
Yeah. No, this is more. It's supposed to be like more modern day type stuff, but you have a time constraint on what you can do. So, be good to probably build a bed because people are gonna get tired. So,
Plus, there's two men and a woman.
So what about like? So my thing is that you're just in this house the whole time.
This is your home base.
You
So-
usually leave the house eventually to gather
Yeah.
other resources. and stuff.
Yeah, you'll see when this timer right here gets to like 8 o'clock at night, then you have to prep to go out and scavenge and collect more items for crafting to either board up the house more to make it secure because you'll get raided at night.
Who will raid you at night? Soldiers and stuff.
No, other scavengers.
Yeah.
Your neighbors will steal from you
To survive, yeah.
to survive.
What?
Crazy, right?
So like this seems more like a very post-apocalyptic thing. This doesn't seem like.
No, but this is all kind of based on things that actually happen in war.
Yeah.
Like,
they ration out resources.
yeah,
People
you
start
have to
stealing.
ration out
but
resources.
when,
You have to.
well, no, I know, but when did this happen at war? Like, because you're saying based off of.
No, so the whole point of the game is to make you make the choices other people would have had to make.
Like World War I and World War II,
yeah.
for example.
Yeah,
Europe.
even if you take like in Aleppo, what are these people having to do in order to survive?
Yeah.
It's trying to force you into thinking about the decisions that have to be made.
Yeah.
Of what would you do in order to survive? What are you willing to sacrifice? And this is what the game
Women and
is.
children.
That's part of this as well.
That's why she was playing it.
No,
I wouldn't have ever
because
let
it's
women
like
die.
it's one of those.
No,
but you know
don't.
what? If you are, it becomes one of those things. Can you sacrifice a member to leave for a amount of time and with no certainty that they'll ever come back?
Well, I kind of feel like we should be like. Can we just load to a point where we can just be like, hey, sorry, Tom, but you gotta leave, and then like have the neighbors who were cannibals eat him alive.
What the hell are you talking about?
Like, well,
Yeah.
No. Oh, God damn. Okay.
well, come on. You're talking about a war-torn area. Food and resources are scarce.
That doesn't lead to cannibalism.
Some do. Some people are like, I want to live, so they'll eat other people. Have you not seen The Road?
The hell's the road?
You've never seen The Road?
No.
The Road's a great movie. It's
Oh yeah,
basic-
see how it's starting to click here? It's at 7 p.m. So it's clicking.
Oh, it
live.
skips like 10 minutes?
No, it's
Shit.
showing you it's showing that 8 o'clock is coming really closely.
3,
So
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4,
So,
6, 7.
where are we?
So about like 7 and 8 seconds, that thing switches over.
Yeah, so kind of.
That sucks.
Night. So now you have to choose. So this is the backside. This is how many slots they have in order to carry stuff back. I usually put Bruno on to guard.
But he's a good cook. Why would you have?
No, because she's better at bargaining, and people will come to trade during the day. So I want her to be able to
be on her game.
To be on her game or whatever, in order to make those deals.
So you're gonna send Pavlov out there to go.
Because he's a fast runner. So if he gets into trouble, he can get out of there faster.
Okay.
So Ruined Villa, Quiet House. Let's go to the abandoned cottage.
Wait, you left him to sleep.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
I was like, you're gonna leave him to sleep.
No. So there you go. Prepare.
I've never played this game, but I think the overlay is blocking some things at the top.
There's this
at the top here, yeah. Let's see. So I don't have a shiver or anything like that to take with me. Sometimes that's good. And so that means that I have all my slots open in order to gather more stuff.
There's overlay one. Oh, some of the information at the very top.
At the very top,
so it's just showing you like the night and the time.
Oh, it's cool. Exactly. That's why I got it. It's more durable. Didn't even have to buy a case for it. When a girl speaks out of line, I can fling it at her and fall off right.
And see, here's another cool thing too. If you click on the eye here, it will kind of help. It'll show you a certain amount of what's inside the house when you're going around and sneaking. There'll also be like little a red dot that will pulse.
Okay.
That shows you footsteps or heartbeats and stuff like that to show you like
people
where people or sometimes even animals as well.
Okay. Oh, and you can kill the animals for food, obviously. Or can you not do that?
I don't know. I haven't tried doing that. I know you're able to set traps. You can make traps, so you can like capture rats and things like that. So there's weapon components and materials and things of that nature. The most major thing though is making sure that there's food. You really want food because food is always so scarce in this game. And that's new. I have not seen
food is scarce in
toy.
everything.
Huh?
I think food is scarce in a lot of things. To be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is there water that you have to get to?
You can find water, but yeah, you want to. You can create a water like kind of like a distillery or whatever to pull the water in to make the water. We just don't need weapons parts right now. We need more of the crafting elements. So we don't have a workbench really that'll work right now.
So you're just trying to get more of the basics of what you need for the game.
Yeah, you really just right now the best thing to do is just unless you find food, then your best bet is.
So how do you know if somebody's around or like anything?
See this right here? This moving portion?
It means there's most likely a living thing there.
Yeah, there's more than likely somebody living around. So we got a lot of weapons, electric parts, weapons parts. Parts. So things like if you see a book, sometimes what you'll do, this you can use for combustibles, but also at the same time too, they will actually read books and it helps keep them mentally stimulated and happy.
Okay.
Because their mental state will also deteriorate, and you gotta keep track of that.
Keep them sane, basically.
Keep them happy. They'll go through like major depressions, and sometimes they'll just give up.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to kind of manage all that. Some of them have addictions, so one is he's a heavy smoker, the other one's a coffee drinker. So having, tobacco and cigarettes and things like that is also helpful.
No vapes and stuff?
No, unfortunately no vapes.
Vape Nash.
I'm going to take the electric parts because I don't have any.
Yeah, Beauty, It's alright. You can still talk to us, Beauty. If you have questions or anything you want to ask us, you can go for it.
Let's see here. It's only 2:15 right now.
Oh, it's a rat. You're okay. It's a rat.
Yeah. No, I know this house. There's usually not anybody in this house.
Well, there seems to be a lot of supplies and shit there, though.
Yeah, it's also because it's starting you off. So I'm pretty much maxed out. These will give you clues about what's happened in this
world, or?
Yeah, in the world. So a
Photo.
family photo. I can't really read it. A family photo, 2 parents, daughters. Girls that don't resemble their father.
Yeah, he looks like a bear.
Yeah, there you go.
So weird.
So they give you little insights into what's been going on in the world and what's been left. You'll find letters people have left for other people to, if they come back, to find. You'll
do we
find
have
dead
a donation
bodies.
page? I have no idea. Duncan?
We do not have a donation page currently, but we will be putting one donation page up. We're really here just to bring you guys information and stuff like that, but if you want to drop that follow and you want to give people some love, go for it, man. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I feel like having a donation page would be good, but at the same time, counterproductive for what we're doing.
Yeah.
I would say if you don't donate, we could always donate that money to a charity.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can always have a constant.
Yeah.
We can do like a monthly charity thing or whatever.
I
donations.
Give away for the.
I think we have a solid idea, ladies and gentlemen. Good.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to start using our page to do donations.
Yeah. And we can also have the viewers choose what kind of where the donations will go for the month.
Makes sense.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah.
I like these
Amber.
ideas, Amber's on it.
Yeah.
Amber independent is usable. I really hate. I'm sorry, this is a side note. I really hate like I got a tattoo and like when it starts flaking and you can just feel the itch.
Yeah.
It is so annoying.
I wouldn't know. I'm gonna scar myself.
I'm sorry you're not as cool as me.
I don't have any tattoos.
Thank you, Cutie Poo.
I don't have a tattoo.
No.
I just know a lot of people with tattoos who get tattoos that all say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I hate to tell you that.
Yeah, bro.
Also,
I just did this to myself, but man, it's starting to peel.
I'm actually gonna tattoo "Game Over" on my knuckles.
Okay.
So I should punch people and then that's left and they see you go like.
Ah, no, because when I beat him at Overwatch, I just want to be like, "Game over, bitch."
Yeah, you would do something like that.
Yeah.
What? What's so wrong with having tattoos of "Game over" on my
Oh
knuckles?
yeah, see, like here's another note. Someone else can read that if you can read it.
On the first day, the robbery they robbed us. 2 days later, they murdered our girls. I shot every one of them, but I don't want to use the gun anymore. It's broken, buried in the backyard. The next part looks shaky. If you're reading this, don't look for me. I should have been a voice actor, shouldn't I?
So I'm assuming you can go out and find that gun that he buried, right?
Yeah. I believe it's probably buried out here, which is part of the weapons parts we found. So you can kind of peer through and kind of see what was left in this room, but you need.
I'm assuming that his remains will
locked.
probably be in there since he said don't look for him.
Yeah.
Don't look for me. He's like, don't look for me, but look for me.
Yeah.
Well, he sounded depressed. Like he probably killed himself.
Oh yeah. His daughters were killed. They
Yeah.
were murdered.
I don't know. That was like a big thing. I mean, he could have been like, woohoo! Signal again! Wait, I don't want to look bad. And writes a letter and then like leaves it like, okay, if they find my daughter's bodies, they won't think I was a horrible father. And he's probably off in somewhere other part of Europe, just remarried.
I'm sure that's what
If
it
he was able to get out of the city.
I found plenty of real fine stuff. What a night.
Yep. The night was calm, so yeah. First couple of days are pretty chill, but it's not long afterwards that things begin to change.
Okay.
Wait, so what do you mean things are going to change? Like,
You start getting robbed more. Oh, that's right, hon. Let's see. cancel.
What happened to her?
Back. No, I need to upgrade this Eclipse.
So you're telling me people lived like this in like midst of wars?
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
People living
Like
this
modern
now.
time during the night? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What countries would have this?
Any third world country that has war.
So messed up. I guess I'm just so sheltered to not notice like the thing like this.
Yeah,
still
America
happens.
could be in war and now you don't have to do
Yeah.
anything.
And
No,
that's
even back in
kind
the
of
day,
the purpose
America
of the
had.
game. It's supposed to kind of force you into, thinking like that and having to make those decisions and pop that bubble a little bit.
Back in the day, America had rations during the World Wars. And hell, during the Depression, people were eating like boots and leather shoes to survive.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, World War III, they called them freedom gardens. They trying to get people to grow their own food and stuff like that because it was so bad.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, like I know during like World War II and stuff, but as modern times go, it's one of those things you don't really think about that because all the rebels, all the people like fighting revolution for their country, and we don't talk about it. We talk about modern America, and like the thing is that I always find funny is like you listen to NPR or any of the like public radios that are like we're doing you justice by helping you. But most of the times, they never really talk about some really serious. It's always about like other things that are a little more light subject.
Yeah.
The real thing I finally heard today was the Islamic state that they had, and how they only learned English the second during the 50s and 60s when they started becoming an empire, and then also about how China is having their elections, and a Chinese woman who was running as an independent party decided to run, and what happens was. She ended up being silenced by China because even though it's within a right, they used thuggish kind of people to silence independent voices.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just think that's interesting how this whole thing is going on. It's just like wow, and like this if this stuff is actually really going on still right now, like I think it's so weird because we have things like NATO that exist.
Yeah.
But shouldn't NATO be like the people helping out right now? Like, shouldn't they be working?
There's only so much they can do, though.
Yeah.
No, it is, but like, NATO is all the world leaders and armies working together.
Yeah, and it's still limited.
Yeah, it's still limited.
Yeah.
I find that.
There's 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah. And not everyone wants NATO's help. They don't want them in their country.
Up in their business.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people don't give help for free. There's always something kind of.
Yeah, there's always a catch.
Is that a gunshot?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because it's
Mortar.
war.
Yeah. There's a whole war going on, so you hear gunshots, bombs dropping. You'll see stuff too in the background. Sometimes you'll see the flash
Oh, okay.
in the background going on.
It's so interesting. Just the whole environment built of this. This game, I'm very glad I got gifted this game.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I will tell you guys, we do have in the future, we will be playing Watch Dogs.
Okay.
I got today the release for, Deathwing Terminator Squad, which is a new game that's hot that's coming out that we got the multiplayer to come.
Okay.
But I only got one multiplayer, so we're going to have to try that. And then the full story. Sorry. I really wish we could play PlayerUnknown's Battleground right now because they only allow you to do that on the weekends.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to be playing that myself on my Syber machine that I have.
Yeah.
Alright.
Time for outdoor scamming.
Yeah. It's all about what can you find.
And sorry about this, guys. We do apologize. I am a little bit sick, so I'm just keep blowing my nose and sneezing. I got over the cold, but it's just my body trying to expel the virus.
Yeah.
Or not the bacteria, whatever. Is it fixing the back door?
No, see, like, and then now we found meds.
Wait, in the house you were in already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
You
someone.
gotta go through
Oh, because he was digging and cleaning everything out. So wait,
Well,
can you set up
but then
defenses?
She didn't get to fully scavenge the house before him, too,
Yeah.
remember? Because of the time.
Oh, because it's moving so fast.
Yeah. Bruno, go Go the other direction. Nope. Alright. Oh, like, and then we found a little bit of food here as well.
Are there like stray bullets and stuff on the war that can kill or hurt people?
Yeah, you'll find weapons parts and pieces like that, but you need a weapons workbench in order to create stuff. And sometimes you'll get real lucky and find a fully functioning weapon.
Oh, just like, oh, then when you pick it up, it's fully functional.
It's fully functional, and you just have to like get bullets and stuff like that. Gears cost. What can we make?
She kind of looks like Scully from like the X-Files.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep, she just blinked too. That was a sign.
No, they all blink and move.
Blink, yeah.
They blink and move, and their expressions kind of change a bit, which I think is really cool. Is he? Does it say slightly injured? Because if he's slightly injured, we need to heal him up.
That means he's slower, right?
Yeah.
So wait, is that?
He can die.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Being slightly injured?
Yeah, because it could get worse the longer it goes untreated.
Makes sense. Get infected or something.
Yeah. And he, if someone attacks him in the middle of the night or whatever, he's got a higher chance of actually dying.
Than if he was fully healthy.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, see, I like this element because it also kind of reminds me of how State of Decay is.
Oh, it's the wrong one. He's really sick.
Because like in State of Decay, you get a backpack and it's limited.
Yeah.
So you can only load up so much, but you can load stuff into the car. And like you can drive it back. I like that aspect. Like it really makes me go like, oh, I have to be a real survivor in this mode.
Yeah. Do I have enough to make a weapon? No, I don't.
Make that crowbar.
Yeah. Well, pretty much at the end point here, either which way. So just end the day. I'm gonna have him sleep in the bed this time. Bird guard and scavenge. So you see here, like the supermarket and the shelled school. The longer you go for, more places will open up. And over time, too, some places will become way too dangerous to go to. So it'll give you kind of an idea of what's in this area.
Yeah.
So like lots of parts, a huge amount of weapons, so weapons materials, some meds, lots of other materials and food. See here, it says this one's caution advised. So that means people will be coming there. They may not be friendly. They may be friendly.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it's risky.
Yeah, it's risky. So let's go.
YOLO. Yeah, I was like, YOLO, just go for it. Just go say hello to them and be like, hey, what's up, guys? No! Like, jump out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the interesting part of, like, man, see, that's why I like stuff like this, because, like, when war happens and finally things break down, how will people really react? Like, that's why you gotta watch the road.
Okay.
Just watch the road and get ready for a tearjerker.
So let's see. Hey, you. Hi. Okay, so he's friendly. He's saying there should be enough for both of us. So he's gonna allow me to scavenge around here. So this would be a good time to try and find food. I'm trying to keep an even keel here. You see, like I said, like these.
Someone or something's upstairs.
Yeah, and you can see.
And downstairs.
Yeah. There's other people here now. There's more than one person. I want to keep an eye out for food at this point because we're gonna need. Oh yeah, and here's like hidey holes. You can try and hide.
Oh.
If they're hostile and you're trying to sneak around.
Wow. No, I'm just thoroughly enjoying this game, but just...
Yeah, it will make you really, really think about all of your decisions, and you have to learn how to be really cautious because you never know exactly what's around the corner, what's going to happen.
Uh-oh.
No, we should be good. They're already really kind of friendly, so water is a must. We don't really have anything going just yet for weapons, so there's no real point in taking weapons pieces just yet. Probably by either the 3rd or 4th night for sure. Start collecting them out. That's just fertilizer. Weapons and parts.
Are you over encumbered in this game or no?
You only have 12 spaces, so you can only go as far as, the spaces available. You can upgrade eventually to open up these spots, but yeah, don't need that. It's just fertilizer. We don't have like a garden going yet.
I need to go buy military backpacks again. I used to have a bunch. I used to love wearing them.
They're a good backpack, man.
Remember when I used to have the old World War II satchel I used to carry around at the club?
Oh god, yeah, I remember that thing.
It went for fucking 6 years.
Before finally,
They finally kapooted on me. Actually, Matthew ruined it. He let the straps fall off of it, like, because he borrowed it one day and just ruined it. Matthew. Can you collect the sign?
No, you can't collect the sign. So
Throw the water, not the gun parts.
Yeah, I'm not quite getting the gun parts yet. Because sometimes this may be a safer place to scavenge at one point than... Oh yeah, like in double clicking certain areas too. Will
makes you jog.
Yeah, makes you run. But if you notice when he was running, the circle got bigger. That means you're creating more of a sound, which can alert people to you, and they can come to you and chase after you and kill you and stuff.
Man, this makes me want to go watch some like old war movies. See, what I wonder is, what is it? God, now I want to go watch The Road with a few of my friends and like have them watch it. It's the same thing. It's like not supernatural. It's just like Fallout has created a world where things aren't sustainable.
Yeah.
And they finally they find areas where they won't get radiated. Mm-hmm. But even in those areas, things turn to chaos, and there's still fallout everywhere. And people are still getting sick. Yeah. But there's people who are okay. So it's all these do or die scenarios, and like it's just some of it's just sad at times. You're like, oh man, that's messed up. Like it really is a movie that like it's like if you want to talk about war and the thoughts of it, The Road is really good.
How do I get down here? Is there? Oh, there we go. I think this goes down. Yeah.
That's why I always think it's funny. Like stuff like this, I appreciate because it's like it shows people in their humbleness. Like this is what they're living through.
Yeah.
And they don't have Gucci shoes, fancy stuff like that.
No.
And when I see kids today going like, yeah, be aware of all those people out there who are poor, and they have bright pink hair, and like I'm not saying like if you dye your hair it's bad. I'm just saying like just super over the top $400 or $500 pair of jeans, and I just go like, you people make me disgusted. Like, why do you talk about being aware about things when you're living a life of lavishness? Yep.
Yeah.
But why I might be coming to name and saying that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Jen were talking about moving.
Wow. I was gonna ask. It'll come to me. It was an item. It was a question related to the items.
Oh, was it the bandages and stuff that you saw?
No. It'll come to me.
Okay.
Can you unlock other packs and stuff like that?
Like in the backpack?
Yeah.
That's what I remember now.
Yeah.
See how those are 4 weapons parts? Are those two? It says 4 weapons parts, 4 weapons parts. Are those for 2 different weapons?
No, this is parts, and this is...
No, on the left. That's your inventory, your backpack, sorry.
Yeah.
Are those for 2 different weapons? Or 2 different parts, specifically? Or is it you can only have 4 and then it takes up another spot for another 4?
Yeah, it only takes up 4 and then it takes up another spot.
Okay, that's what
So these are limited, so you can only max out a particular item.
Okay, that's what
So like see with this one, you can carry more water than you can parts.
Okay, that's what
So...
Let's see. 5, maybe bottles of water.
Yeah. So it's... You have to weigh out what you really need, so you have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. You have to pay attention to time of day. You have to pay attention to surroundings. What do you need? What do you need to be looking for? And if you have to carry a weapon with you, just in case, because you're going into a more dangerous area, it takes up the spot as well.
Well, it is 8. You know what time that means.
Oh, yep.
We need to end this time with ourselves, guys. But, wow, we were doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at here. Hey, what's going on there? Killer 1234542.
Hey, Killer.
Thank you for being here, Killer. We do appreciate it, guys. Guys, we've had a great time today. We really appreciate it. Guys, we're going to be doing more gameplay because it seems that's a lot more what you guys want to see instead of us just chit-chatting away at stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to try different games every week, guys. We're going to discuss the diversity of every game. And I think that's a better follow-through for us, just picking games. And you know what? I think we're going to leave open a poll to people, too, and say, what game would you like to see, or games would you like us to play this week, so we can discuss more about it, and they can really feel the game. I think like doing doing about like 30 minutes and stuff like that is really kind of things. But anyway, guys,
for sure.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. We do appreciate it. We will be back on next week on Tuesday, guys.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We have some big news coming out, guys. Literally, make sure you guys are following us on Twitter, on Facebook. We're going to be doing some more Let's Play live now, since we now have a hardwired line.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. It's just like a, oh, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I was moving my chair forward. Anyway.
Blade monster.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate it. What?
I said thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, guys. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
Good night.